Welcome to dojo.live, the place where top minds in travel and hospitality check in to share insights and breakthroughs shaping the industry. Brought to you by Encora, your trusted partner for AI, cloud, and data-driven innovation. Enjoy your stay.
Hey everybody, Kim Lantis, dojo.live here at HITEC 2025 in Indianapolis at the Vingcard booth here with none other than Nico. Nico, if you can please first kick us off by sharing a bit more about yourself, kind of your role and what excites you about hospitality. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the opportunity. I've been in the industry since I remember, actually. First, always software oriented and solution oriented. I worked at Micro's Fidelio for many years, and then I moved to ASSA. As you can listen to my accent, it's not very American. Well, it is American, but not from this part of America. I was born and raised in Argentina, then moved to Brazil, and then recently, 8 years ago, I moved to the United States. And always on the hospitality technology, which is a passion. I love it. I think the hospitality industry is an incredible industry, and when it comes to technology, it's a perfect combination. So
I love it. Well, thank you. Hablo español. También, we're growing our Spanish-speaking audience, actually launching dojo.live in español. So I appreciate you very much doing interviews in a second language. You know, before we move on, I have to say, I once read something that said, or the question rather, do you know what a foreign accent is? The answer is a sign of bravery. And I think it's so true to have to learn and work and live in a language that is not your first. And I get to do that too in Mexico. So
okay, that's fantastic.
We're vibing.
This is great. We can make it again, all the interview in Spanish or Portuguese.
Okay.
And for our
audience
out there.
Look for that show coming up. But for now, the wider audience, for us, our English-speaking audience, you know, first let's just kind of start out with what is new, what you're most excited here to be showcasing at HITEC, and why you feel it's important for the industry right now.
Okay. That's a lot in one question. I guess it's a 2 hours podcast. No, there's a lot of things that are new. Vingcard's being known for the access control, for the logs. We invented that log. We created it. It was in the 1970s. A person in Norway who's part of the group, ASSA ABLOY is a big group. The trio Ving was part of the group. Build this log that you could change the log for each guest. He will have his own key, and that was an incredible innovation. Named one of the few things that changed travel forever by National Geographic. So it's being a really, really big thing, and we have been. And now we transform it tremendously last year. We brought a lot of other companies, some is products that we built from scratch, homegrown, some others through acquisitions. So we did 8 acquisitions in the past 24 months. So what do you say? What is new? It's a lot.
A lot.
A lot of the companies that we acquired, they're known in the industry, like Nomadics. Nomadics is a big name when it comes into gateways and access control to the network. So we have the physical and the digital access control now.
Nice.
You know, putting together. But we also have a lot of guest room management, energy management, operations management, middleware, staff safety, a number of things into our portfolio. So that's happened very recently. In this show, we're trying to combine all of that so people can see it.
Absolutely.
I don't. You did. That's okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, they open the door.
No, we're all good.
Okay.
That's what happens on a live show.
I'm sorry. Yes, that's what happened.
I love it. I love it. You know, and it's great that you're mentioning this because, you know, Vingcard really is more than just key and key card technology. I wanted to dive a bit into the software side if we could. I know you've got a couple platforms. There's Vostio, VConnect. Can we talk a little bit about how these kind of platforms are also supporting hotel staff, their workflows, in terms of maybe tech integrations, sustainability? I know is interesting, but
absolutely.
What's the platform side? What's the software side that's happening right now?
Well, a lot. If you think about it, just in the access control side, we screw a computer in every door in the property. I mean, there's memory, there's processor, there's encryption in every single door of the property when it comes to access control. So yes, there's a software behind it that takes all these events and this intelligence that you have. Vostio is the next generation. It's a cloud-based, cloud-native. We rewrote the entire platform to be cloud. So you have all the load balances, the multi-property, all these functionality. But then we also brought VConnect, which is a platform that it's a middleware, so you can connect everything with everything, from point of sale to logs to EMS to
Wow.
PBX, etc., etc. We have operations management, which is a staff app. We also have the Nomadics Cloud. It's big development when it comes into platforms for the cloud that also host our energy management solution, which already implemented artificial intelligence, so people can do. But at the end of the day, I will try to simplify it as we do hardware that does the job well, has a really robust and secure software in it that collects data that it's relevant for the property. So that means that you can improve the guest experience. I mean, if you think about it, we do pass points. So if you're a member of a hotel chain, you go to the hotel, automatically your devices are going to be connected into your Wi-Fi. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to put your room number. You don't have to put your last name. We invented that, by the way. That's a Nomadics patent for a long time. So we are kind of those pioneers, but we're simplifying it, and that goes for efficiencies. You were talking about sustainability. Efficiencies is everything today in the hotel industry. I mean, you need to be able to run the hotel with maybe less personal. It's hard to find the good people, but also collecting data that you can use. It can tell you what's going on in the property. It can tell you what's going on in your group of properties. If you're a management company or if you're an ownership group, you want to know what it is and what is your assets doing. And if you're a chain, of course, that cohesive experience that they want to provide to the guests, that's where we come in. And that's guest room management, managing the lights, and also the experience. So it's two things. It's saving money at one side, but also feeling cozy when you arrive and there's scenery in the room, that it changes, the temperature is the right one, it's the one that you like, etc. So all that personalization, it's all software based. And so we right now, in total, we have about 150 developers, R&D. People spread all over the place. Our base is in Sweden, but we have in California, you have in Canada, we have in Brazil. We have a company who develops software in Brazil. So our software development it's a big piece of what we do. And in the future, it's everything. But at the same time, you need robust, secure products, right?
Absolutely.
The lock needs to lock the door, so nobody should be able to open it. And that's where we put a lot of effort on security and trying to make it right.
I love it. Talking about this perfect combination of the hardware with the software, the mobile key. This is now supported by both Apple Wallet and Google Wallet. Is that right?
Yeah.
How do you see this digital access evolving in context in terms of privacy, again, security? We talked about the guest convenience already.
Yeah. It's a big one. I mean, we have been trying these forever, and literally forever. I think it was in the 90s, we did the first log that opened with a phone, where it was a Nokia, BlackBerry, and I don't know what else. I mean, names that are just for old people like me. And
I'm old enough to remember. We're not old.
So we did that, and it was based on a technology that was RFID, but you had to talk to the carrier. It was crazy. Then we did the first Bluetooth log, and that we roll out first Starwood, and then we roll out Marriott, and we did a lot of these. They were pioneers on the mobile keys. And then what we did now is we partner with Apple and Google, and we put it on the wallet, which is a completely different experience. I mean, it's just falls into your phone. It works even if you don't have a battery in it. It connects and is constantly talking to the property management system. So if you check out, the key's gone, which it seems like obvious, but not every system, if it's disconnected, it does that. So you check out and you can still use the key. Maybe I'm not sorry, I didn't say that. That's very dangerous. But no, it's
Not with
actually
them, not with them.
improve the security significantly because it's face recognition. It's a lot of things. The same,
Yeah.
the wallet in Apple, for example, it goes where your credit card is. It's the same level of security that you have in your credit card, and the same happened with Google. Very simple to implement. It simplifies a lot at the property level because even, I mean, not only in the traditional hotel industry, but we have long stays. Some chains are moving into residential. They have residences and so on. So you don't need a front desk constantly there. You don't need it because you can actually deliver all the experience of a check-in and check-out
Absolutely.
digitally, right? And in a very secure way, much secure and cheaper actually because you don't have to use a card. The card costs money. Right?
And plastic and all these other things.
Yeah,
Very
so
true.
it's a great evolution. I think it's basically a train that is going to be I mean, the same way that you don't expect to have your boarding pass in paper, but you might have it, but normally you will have it in your phone. That will be the hotel key, and I'm absolutely confident about it because right now it's actually faster. We made a test when it was Bluetooth. We tested, and it was actually more time you require to open it with a phone. With Apple and Google Wallet, it's actually less time than picking up from your pocket and put it into the
That's
it's
wild.
faster.
It's
so
wild.
that's crazy because normally you already have the phone in your hand.
This might be a strange or obvious question, but what's the plan B? You know, like networks are down, lightning storm, I don't know, whatever happens. What
That's
then?
independent. It's a completely that's a decision on the chain or on the customer, but it's completely independent. Really, it's you don't have to have connectivity. Once the key is on your phone, it will work for the stay,
Okay.
right? It will validate that will be on the network of the phone. So you need to lose connectivity on the property, and you need to lose connectivity in your phone in both sides in order to
Okay.
have some sort of risk that somebody is using a key card that shouldn't be used. But it never happened. Really, it doesn't happen. So that's it's very secure and tested by a lot of chains right now that we're rolling it out.
All right, I love it. And I think the last thing is this kind of the consolidation with ASSA ABLOY. What does that mean for software innovation strategy, lock strategy, everything moving forward?
Well, we always being part of ASSA ABLOY since 1995, and we change names every year, so we like to confuse all the audience who we are. So we were called Vingcard, Safe, then we were Vingcard only, then we changed to ASSA ABLOY Hospitality, then we changed to ASSA ABLOY Global Solutions, and now back to Vingcard. Why? Because ASSA ABLOY Global Solutions Hospitality was a mouthful, so we want a shorter thing. No, but also because we do multifamily, we do mining, we do a lot of senior living and student housing. So it's not just hospitality,
Right.
but in reality, it's a little more than that. But ASSA ABLOY is always being our brand, literally. And ASSA ABLOY is a big group. We have more than 400 companies. Our revenue, it's a public company, so it's about 18 billion euros a year. So the turnover. So it's a big company, and as a big company, we can leverage everything in the group, and that's the fantastic thing. For example, you see our staff safety solution, Vostio location solutions, our linen tracking. That's actually from our partner company HITEC. We just crafted for the hospitality, and we verticalized it for hospitality. But HITEC is part of ASSA ABLOY Group. You will see HITEC readers in every airport, every school, government, etc. You see those readers with a little light on top. That's ours. So we leverage that a lot. We have Traca. Traca is a key asset management system. So all your physical keys, you can keep it secure and knowing who took it, when took it, if it has access or not. It's a great product, and that's Straka. It's part of the group. It was an acquisition that it was done by EMEA many years ago. We have Doorbird, which is a panel that it goes outside of the property. So if you don't have, if you need to close the property, or you don't have people in staff in the front desk constantly, you can do it, and that integrates with our systems. That's also part of the group. So we leverage all these ASSA ABLOY pieces together to provide the best experience for our customers. So that's basically what it is.
When innovation happens there, it also then happens here. I love that.
Yes.
You know, kind of last question in terms of zooming out, talking about sort of future proofing in hospitality. What tech capabilities should hotels be prioritizing today, do you think, in order to avoid being stuck tomorrow? And I think my question also, when I still think mobile key and this type of advancements, I'm thinking luxury still. Where's maybe that shift happening where this is going to be a complete rollout everywhere?
Yeah, for everybody. I always say, you know, online locks, it's a lot of the big properties you see in Las Vegas, many of them, and big properties all over the place, they use our locks and they're online. For me, online is more useful for a small property that they need to change rooms on the fly because the room is not available or it has a problem, so you can change it, you can extend the stay without having to go. You can
Less staff.
you have one person, you will have alerts if somebody left the room open. You have reporting for human trafficking or some other things that you can really use if those locks are online. And that's why Nomadic's acquisition was key, because it's the same infrastructure. So basically what I think that the strategy for any property is to buy things that are future-proof. Our locks, for example, can work with Wallet since 2004. That doesn't make any sense because Wallet doesn't exist then, but we made it future-proof. All the technology is already there. And that happens with everything that we do. So if you buy the right components and then you connect it together, you can have a different experience, spending the same amount of money that you if you buy the components separately. So that will be one of the biggest things. The other one is reputable sources. I mean, we have been in the industry for many, many years. We have this R&D that is always constantly producing new products for guests, and we leverage the requirements from every chain that all the industry can actually use. Once it's in the product, it's in the product, right? So I think that that's a combination of what we're trying to do, and that will be kind of my advice. But other than that is asking yourself what type of experience and what type of efficiencies you're looking for. You know, what is in your P&L? What is the thing that hurts the most in terms of cost? How you want to manage that, and tell us that, because we can help. You know, we can help in those type of things. So I think that it's more about how to help the industry to becoming more guest friendly and more cost effective.
I love it.
That combination.
Yeah, I think it's that balance between when you're looking for a partnership to come prepared of what you're hoping to solve, but also understanding, oh, that solves something that I wasn't even looking for, and it's
and adding function and functionality. What happened right now with that future proof is, you know, updates over the air, as what everybody says. But that's the true reality. So it's things that, okay, it gets better. If it's a cloud solution, you're gonna get that better immediately. You don't have to do anything, and it happens right now with every application that everybody uses. They just connect. Oh, what is this new button that shows up here? What is the new report that show up here, right? All that functionality. And also, what we did from the beginning, we said, okay, hardware, software, that's a need. But without service, it's a disaster. So it can be a disaster. So we built a great service organization, which I feel very proud. You know, we have a 24/7 support, we have professional services, we have a physical place, we have a knock center, we have all of these support around the products and the software and the hardware that we sell. So that is kind of our signature, our differentiator, if you want.
I love it. Perfect. Well, thank you so very much for your time today.
Thank you.
Nico. It
Thank
has
you
been
for
a
the
pleasure.
opportunity.
If our audience would like to learn more about you, continue the conversation, speak to you directly, or just about the company as a whole, what's the best way for them to go about doing that?
I have my MySpace page. No, it's a joke.
Matter of fact, I think that's the second time I've heard this. And I'm like,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No, that's funny.
we're all coming up. It's the same generation now.
No, you can have to come to Vingcard.com, of course. You can find me. We have an open policy. We're here. We're in LinkedIn, and we answer the questions and the comments there every time. We're very down to earth when it comes to customers wanting to know more about us. So I have a great team. Hopefully, if you're an hotelier, if you're a management company, if you're an owner, or if you're a chain, even a general contractor building hotels, you heard about us, and probably you know already somebody. But if you don't, go to Vingcard.com, put it there, and we have a policy that in less than a day you're going to be contacted and follow up.
I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you to our viewers, and bye for now.